Alright, I believe we are live here with the MITS car category. So we have, I believe, more MITS cars today than we had Rods mods yesterday. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 more than we have. That's pretty good. We will be starting our qualifying, but first we're going to be doing a single pace lap. That pace lap starts now. You guys are just going to go. Board is going to be clear. There's going to be a little bit of lag when it comes to this, but it doesn't matter which position you guys are in for now. We are just doing qualifying. Hopefully it won't be this bad during the race. If it is, then I'm going to have to contact theirs about optimization. But we'll see. And speed at turn 1 is off to 9. Please accelerate up the hills. And Jake, you might want to go a little bit slower. You're basically going like race speeds. As Ayers is about to die. Jesus fuck. Okay. Speedy at R1. Finally making his way over. Mr. Monaco having a lot of lag and may lag out. We'll be watching him. Mind you, we will not be calling flips as cautions for the MITS cars because they do have an auto flip, so that will be treated like a spin. So everyone gets back going. Jake, if you start accelerating, green flag, green flag. You guys are allowed to go full speed. We're gonna have our 5-minute period of qualifying. Lead car, I think, is Hachiroku, otherwise known as Gilhan. Testing board. Oh wait, that should be 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes of qualifying here. We will be clearing the board as cars pass. I think we're just waiting on Mr. Monaco, and he is disconnected, so we will be teleporting him when it happens. Meanwhile, probably your car. So we'll check the board in a second, but first we're going to focus on getting Jake's car out. That should do. Jake is going to go out to get DNS points. We are going to try to figure out where Mr. Monaco's car is. I'm going to fly Mr. Monaco. Actually, I'll give him a... Oh, here we are. Car's good. Alright, anyways, back to the action. We do pack lead rules, I think. So Gohan is still pack lead. I'm going to change the lights to green, my bad. But yeah, we are going to run off the pack lead rules. That means that the fastest car that's ahead of everyone else by technicality, that is currently Hachiroku. Gohan will determine whether or not he crosses the line before the timer goes out or not. If he crosses before and there's only enough time for one more lap, then everyone else behind will be going into the white flag, including our leader that's now actively on the white flag. But if the checkers go out before he crosses, that means that we have moved into the final lap, and that is going to be it once you guys cross the line. We still have about 3 minutes to figure that out, but I do believe we might have enough space for 3 laps. Mr. Monaco still is not moving, so his internet's seemingly not giving him a break still, despite the odds. Now to the breaking point. And you can see the board is currently Twin Turbo V sits in first place, although Gohan just a 10th behind. Aerosnet takes up the 3rd place spot. We got about enough room here for 2 more laps, as Mr. Monaco is stopped there on the front straight. If Mr. Monaco does set a lap, I might recommend you just sit out the race. Good to fly if that's the case, but just keep trying. So now Nico Alves takes quick time with a 1:16.829. So Nico is at the fastest we've seen all day. Even I think that surpasses what we saw in practice. So Nico so far onto pole, but he is going to get a cut. Reminder that the track limits are going to be the asphalt, so you will not generally be allowed to touch the grass, although I'm not going to be too strict about that during the qualifying session, more so during the race. So have about a minute 45 seconds left. Will we be good for another lap or two? We'll have to see. With the lap times in the 1:16 range, it will be very close, I believe, but I think we might just have enough space for one more lap. Excuse me. Twin Turbo V6 and Nikolai starting to close in on the pack lead. Gohan has to make the way down the front stretch. Actually, Mr. Monaco starting to drive. And I think he's pulling into the pit lane. If you don't disconnect, I might allow you just to race. If that is Mr. Monaco. I don't know. Alright, so we are on the final lap. Judge my lap times. So this is the final lap. Once you guys cross the line, our top three are making their way around for the final time. Again, they've all been pretty much holding position. Gohan's is pack lead, but he's in third. Maybe I caught cold or something. When I was at the store. Twin Turbo V sits with a purple sector 1. Gohan only 1/10 behind as far as that sector goes. Might be able to go faster in sector 2. No, he's not. Twin Turbo V sits. Another purple sector. He's got to hold it together if he wants to get that pole position away from Nico Alex. Nico Alex hoping for the worst. But it could change around. We make our way now to the final turn. Now make the way up the hill. The checkered flag will come out. You guys could do a cooldown and be appreciated just to run things through. And Gohan takes a quick time for a second, but Twin gets around last moment. What a way to finish qualifying. Alright, once you guys make your way out here, we are going to be done with qualifying once you cross the start-finish line. Eris is going to hold out 4th place for the time being. She does not set a valid lap, but she does have 4th so far. That could change around, though. Miles and R15 have not been able to pass them. Speedettes are 1. It's for and T7J struggling up. And that is going to be it. So once again, once you guys cross the line, that is going to be your qualifying session for you guys. So if you guys can make your way into the pit lane exit, we are going to start deleting cars that are not competing. Mr. Monaco, are you pulling off, or are you going to race? Into the pit lane, guys. Pit lane. Do not. We need Itzford to pull back. So you're gonna back up to your spot. You are in 8th, by the way. So you press Z. You can check your positions. Positions are Twin Turbo V sits, 2nd place Gohan, 3rd place Nico Alex, 4th place Eris Netta, 5th place R15, 6th place Atmanos, 7th place Beige 20, 8th place Itzford, 9th place Speedettes R1, and Jake is our pace car driver. So again, it's Ford, you're going to be all the way in the back. There's only one car behind you that's racing. So just move out back and just wait for the people to head up there. So again, positions are Twin Turbo V sits 1st place. 2nd place is going to be Gohan. 3rd place is going to be Nico. You guys are going to line up behind the LC500. If you guys could give each other a little bit of space, it would be appreciated so we have less lag once we get going. It is going to be important not to pass people. I will get to that in a second. There's going to be some basic race rules. So please do not drive inside of each other. If you guys give each other like about as much space between each other as Gohan does, so like just like a nose length, it'll help us have less lag when it comes to starting up. Behind Eris Netta's R15, I need you to line up like everyone else has. Behind that's Manos. Good. Beige, it's Ford. Speedettes are 1. Okay. We're gonna clear out the rest of the cars. I'm gonna do the pre-race rules. Uh-oh, do I have all the car? Oh my god. All the cars are in a group. I'm gonna have to manually fly them off. Jake, if you could help me fly off the
No, don't fucking do that.
There's literally no other way, dude.
There is literally no other way, said someone who doesn't know jack shit, dude. Just watch this.
What the fuck did you just do?
Deleting them properly, you know?
We still have Drip's car.
Okay.
And Mr. Monica's too.
Saw another one. Oh yeah, over there.
So I am going to keep the board up for a little bit. But I will go on to the race rules, so... let me spin myself 50. So we will be doing it. Please don't rev. So I could explain things. It's, gonna get... Alright, so this is going to be a 12-lap race. We'll be doing 2 pace laps to figure out if there's any timing issues. That's usually why we do 2. So, that being said, track limits today are going to be the same as they were yesterday, so you guys are going to try to stay on the track itself. There are a couple of track limits that are a little bit lenient. I'm just going to ask you guys to try your best not to cut. And on the straights, if you do intentionally, so if you go wide on a straight at all off the track on an entry, such as in turn 1, that'll be treated as intentional and you will be first warned and second time. I'll continue explaining as person rev gets smited and gets parked, so. Okay. So, that being said, again, cuts are going to be very strictly enforced. Again, you rev, you'll get parked, please. Just stay put there for now, Speedy. So, do not touch the grass going down the straight. Your first time you do that will be treated as a warning. Second time will be a penalty. I'll be lenient about on exits. Obviously, like, not incredibly lenient, but if you do it, you know, that could be accidental. On entry, it will be treated as intentional. You will be penalized accordingly. Same thing will go for the S's, because that is a relatively straight section, so please try your best to stay within the cones, or within the bollards. So if you do pass them, you may be warned, and then penalized. Even though, you know, you might not get a cut, you still will be penalized. So just because you can doesn't mean you should. So basically, in short, the track limits today are the asphalt will be treated as such. We will be doing a 15 cut penalty. So once you reach 15 cuts, you will get a 5-second penalty. Once you do 30 cuts, you'll get another one, which will stack up to 10 seconds. And then after that, you will be parked at 45 cuts. I don't believe anyone's going to get that high, but do try your best to stay on the asphalt. That's all I have to ask. If you guys are ready to go, you can hop back in. I'm going to teleport Hachi back to his car. It's going to be a 12-lap race with 2 pace laps. Once everyone is in the car, we are ready and we'll start pacing. So we're still waiting on Eris, not Manos. I must remind you guys, we are on a time crunch. We will have to end by the end of the hour. If the race is not basically in the last 3 laps by the end of the hour, we will cut to the last 2 laps. So if we are not in, say, the last 3 laps by 11 a.m., we will shorten the race. We're going to be doing 12 laps. No, 10 laps is too short. This rounds out to about 15 minutes, which is the average race distance. Alright, everyone is in their car, so that being said, we will be doing sit-C on the straights, but the yellow flag is out. We are going to be trying just to go through. When it comes to going uphill, guys, please accelerate. Does not matter too much there about position. Go in the car if he goes. We need R15 to make his way up to 5th place. For future reference, please don't fucking sleep. We need R15 to move up, and if you guys could space out in your pacing. So we need everyone to space out in the front. We're just too close. It's causing our lag ping is starting to hurt each other. So R15 needs to move up to 5th. Speedy's already fucking dying. I don't even know how we're pacing. Again, if we could spread out a little bit in our pacing, it would help with the lag situation. Eris, I'm going to ask you to probably try to optimize these for the next race. We're going to most likely have 2 weeks to figure that out, because it's a little bit bad. It's not horrible, but with 10 cars, you know, anything bigger is going to be unbearable, so I'm going to ask you to try to figure out what's causing all this lag next time. That being said, we're going to get onto your order. So on the back of the field is Speedy at SR1. Ahead of them in their first race, it is Itzford. Itzford needs to make a move up ahead. So Itzford is supposed to be 8th, Speedy is supposed to be 9th, but that's fine where Speedy was. There's just a problem. So just accelerate up this hill. We will make our way down to 60 miles an hour once we're going down the straight, and you're going to maintain your order. In the 7th place spot, we are going to see Manos making their debut MITS car race. Ahead of that is R15. Can we stop doing the weaving here, folks? You guys are starting to make issues. It was okay at first, but too many people are about to lose it. So Eris Netta is going to make up the 4th place position. 3rd place going to Nico Alex. Did hold pole for a little bit. Gohan in 2nd, and then our pole sitter is Twin Triple V Sits. Laps are going to be Fitz. And again, we're going to Fitz all cuts. We're going to focus more on pacing. Please stay behind the car ahead of you. Manos can move up a tiny bit. Eris, if you could back off from Nico. Nico, if you could speed up just a tiny bit. We're good here now. Cars in the back, fit yourselves. Again, we're gonna not have any passing allowed unless I call that you are allowed to. This was because the leader or the person ahead of you is braking or having a very bad start. This does not mean you could try to pass 2 cars or completely blatantly jump the start. Eris did this yesterday to Jason and was about to pass the 2nd car already, which is... So if you jump a start anyways, you'll still be called as such, but if, you know, you're going the same rate as you would normally. So just accelerate up this hill, guys, please. Don't lose yourself. I don't want to have to call off the start. Same thing's going to go for the next one. Get into order, though. Let's see, the car in the back is right. Speed Etzer 1, back off. It's forward. Speed Etzer 1, stay back. You guys are in the back of the field. You have to remain as such. But start accelerating up the hill. It'll help to keep space beforehand, just in case. And we're going to slow down to 60 once we're above it. So Jake, can get off, please? Jake, if you could get off. Everyone else is going to go 60. You can get into position, please. Manos, move up. Manos, move up. Hold pace. Green flag. Call at the start. Call at the start. Call at the start. Call at the start. Hachiroku, that is your first warning. That was him just not going off at all. So next time you do that, you will be sent to the rear of the field. We need you to get up. Okay. Still stands though. Please head back up to where you started. That start had to be aborted. We only have so many laps in this race. Nikolauts, please let him by. You're too far ahead. Okay. Just stay in order. Where is Speedy? Speedy has pulled it in. So Speedy has till lap 2 to get onto track. If he's not on track by lap 2, he's parked. Again, when you guys are moving up the hill, you guys are going to start accelerating. Once you guys are starting to get up the hill, it helps to spread out more when we go into these uphill parts. And I think also when it comes to the last one, you guys just spread out before you go up the hill and then start to lock in after that. So just accelerate up the hill so we could get on through. And now if you guys could start spreading out a little bit so we can make sure that when we're going up the hill, it's not too bad. So please try to spread out, guys, so that when it comes to the uphill part before we start, we won't bunch up as much. And you can start to kind of close in once it comes to the green flag. So start getting up, accelerating. Jake, pull off. Once we're on top of the hill, you guys are going to slow down to 60. And just coast down to 60. Okay, make your way up into position. Hold your pace. Green flag. Do not pass the car until you cross the start-finish line. Eris, give up one spot by the end of the lap. You did jump on Nico. Even though Nico did brake, he did not lose that much speed at all. So please give up one spot, Eris. Eris clear. Alright, so here we got the race. It looks like Twin is off to a good start. Gohan's holding off the cars behind him, but he's made his way up to second place. Had a couple of issues on the start. Nikos gets a cut there. So we are making our way through the S's again. I must warn you guys not to try to... I want you guys to try to stay within those bollards. I know it's possible. It's actually pretty easy. It's just that I know you guys are trying to push. So I'll try to ask you guys to. Make our way up the hill now, and Twin... getting closed in on by Gohan. So there's Nikolaus. That is going to be... we'll let that slide for now. It's very minor, but... you want to watch yourself. I don't want to have to give you a warning. So... make our way down the front stretch. Gohan flashing their lights at Twin Triple V6, trying to make a distraction. I think he's too far back to do too much about it, though. So we make our way to the breaking point. Now out of turn 2, and it looks like Nikolaus closing in on the lean racing machine. So Speedy has made too many laps down. He will get a DNS point. Nico, that was a cut overtake. If you could let him by in the corner. Or some point. Nico clear. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be a little bit strict about that today. Into the breaking point. Twin's gonna get a bad exit. Here comes Gohan. Closing down to about 3 car lengths. Gonna not get the exit going up the hill though. That does go in favor of Twin. But the top 4 all within about 2 seconds. They're all very close to each other. Now to the breaking point. And Twin is going to top the wall. He tops it again. Oh, this could get very interesting. Nico is pushing right to the rear bumper of Gohan. He's going to lose a little bit there. Newcomers, the first race. Now making our way now through the S's, and Twin still holding us off. We have a very high-speed parade, but Gohan's closing in that gap little by little. Niklaus also right on the rear bumper of Gohan. Air's in fourth, just narrowly behind, as there is a crossover move for the second place spot. Side by side for second place between Niklaus and Gohan. Now to the hairpin we go. Twin still holding the two very anxious drivers off. That was a great exit there by Gohan. Let's see how it looks like going on to the front stretch. A great exit for Gohan over Niklaus. He does get a little bit ahead here now. Though I think as of now, Twin has made up a bit of a gap. But Gohan and Niklaus have closed in a tiny bit. Of course, that tap on the wall last lap does not help. And by the way, in 2 laps, folks, we'll be in the halfway point now, side by side still for the second place position. Battle of the race between Nico and Gohan. Eris might be able to collect something. She's just there in the background. As our leaders making their way through the S's. Unspoken battle right now is the one between R15 and Gohan. Alright, R15 and Beige. But Beige is going to get a little bit loose. He's going to back off a little bit. So we're going to watch that one going on for second place. As it rages on. Eris Netta right in the back of Nico. As we again are starting to close in on our leader, Twin Turbo V6. Fastest lap so far today has been set by Twin, although we've seen potentially very close times between the top 4. The leaders making their way down the front straight away. Gohan's taking that gap, another 10th down, so putting a lot of pressure on Twin Turbo V6. Down to the exit. There's gonna have a bit of a rough exit. That was a beautiful exit there for Gohan. He closes down the gap. He's again back to 3 car lengths behind Twin. It's gonna descend a little bit as we go through our straight. Now making our way through the S's, and it's looking to get pretty good, but it's just a oh my goodness, Gohan nearly losing it, but he keeps it under control. That might allow Nico to climb up a little bit, but he's just right behind. Not quite in position to do much except for attack. Though Gohan goes wide. We saw yesterday, I believe it was Guillermo FX2's, for good reasons, not racing today. He's Australian. This is a very bad time for him to race. He made a big mistake there. Side by side for second place still between Niklaus and Gohan. They close in on our leader, Twin Turbo V6. But he clipped the wall on the exit of the oval turn. Caused him to go all the way through the runoff, and I think the same thing happened to Rebel, and that's how he flipped yesterday. That was a great lap for Twin Turbo V6. Niklaus side by side with Gohan. So our top 4 still maintaining pretty much within 2 seconds of each other. It's pretty good to see. Again, these are all the veteran drivers of SLC, although Gohan has, this is their first year, but they've shown what they have, just an absolutely a rookie sensation. I think on no other scale that we've seen since the early years of SLC. As he holds off some of our best, and challenges the best one, as far as I go, I think it would be Twin. It's pretty much been one of the biggest threats out here in SLC, but Gohan can still hold up to him. Niklaus is going to get a little bit of flick off the corner. Of course, that's a renovated section that... Oh, Eris is going to go around. Loses her tail on the final turn. That's going to hurt a lot of her efforts. She's still not out of it. She still holds off the same position. Of course, the 4 of them have been making up so much time against the rest of the field that it basically just doesn't matter at this point. We might be seeing a lap car in a couple of laps. Maybe even sooner. And we are over halfway done. Here's Gohan closing in on Twin Turbo V6 now. Does it make the way up into the S's? Closing in within a car length of the race lead. We haven't quite seen a battle for it yet today, but we could be seeing one here. Right on the rear bumper, Gohan making their attack now. Gohan flashing the lights at Twin Turbo V6 into the hairpin. It's all going to depend on that exit. Again, right on the rear bumper, Twin Turbo V6. It's all going to depend on the exit. That was a great exit by Twin Turbo V6, but Gohan is still only a couple car lengths behind on the fastest part of the track. Mr. Monaco saying his money is on Twin. I think Gohan is also a good pick. We saw Twin just come a little bit short yesterday. Of course, a win today would make up greatly for that. Of course, Nico Alex might be able to show something up too, if he could play his cards right. And I think if there's a restart, Eris, of course, would be notorious for locking in. If there's a late race restart, I definitely know she could be a huge threat. Although at this point, if there is anything, we would probably have a 2-lap shootout, maybe even overtime. Let's remind you guys that off this turn on your left, there is a podium. Pretty good looking podium, I'd say. Manos, haven't seen him all race, but for some reason he's been struggling. He's moved to the last place position. He was running pretty good yesterday in the Rotsmods, nearly having a podium. Something must have went on. He must have spun out on one of these uphill turns. And we'll see about that after the race is done. Leaders are not too far behind him. That's a bit of a concern. We've got 3 laps to go. But still trying to hold off Gohan as much as he can. It's seeming like he's starting to build up a gap once again. Again, mind you, corner cut limit here is 15. So we got a couple cars that are kind of close, although we are close to the end of the race, so I think if you guys hold yourselves together, we should be good. But just something to keep in mind, that again, the corner cut limit is 15 today, so I think we should be good. Manos getting passed, and there is actually it's forward, so 2-lap cars about to be passed here as we make our way with 2 laps to go. At this point, obviously, if there's any caution, we're going to be seeing a 2-lap shootout, overtime period, just like in NASCAR. So we don't do caution finishes. We try to finish under a green flag. I believe as things go, we are good. So Gohan still putting up pressure on Twin Turbo V6. He's been holding him off the entire race to an absolutely great effort. Meanwhile, they're starting to pass a couple of lap cars, but here we are for the lead. Side by side. Gohan's going to carry more speed and makes the pass, but here's Twin back down the inside. The two side by side with the crossover move. It's just like an oval turn. That's just going to go in favor of Twin Turbo V6. But then Gohan striking back, so here's Gohan. We might be seeing a last lap battle. We haven't seen Gohan at the helm of the race in a very long time. It's been a couple of months. He's always been there, but he's always come up short, as far as I can recall. But Gohan, this time by, takes the lead. But so does Twin. It all depends on the lag, but this time by, the white flag in the air. So this is how the race is going to end. No matter what happens, the end of the lap is going to mark it. This is where everything becomes as pure as it gets, so Twin Triple V sits, holding off a very, very aggressive Gohan right there in the rear bumper. A great exit in favor of Twin Turbo V sits. Things can really change here. All depends if any one of these two drivers makes a mistake. Gohan's carrying more speed on Twin Turbo V sits side by side for the lead. But Twin's going to carry more speed. Gohan making the move side by side through the oval turn. It's going to be a tighter line for Gohan. Twin is going to carry more speed around the outside. It does work for him. Mind you, Nikolaus does have a time penalty. He is going to have to work with what he has. He'll have 5 seconds post-race. But here we are for the lead, side by side. But it looks like more speed being carried by Twin Turbo V sits. It's all going to depend on how this one finishes. Coming down the front straightaway, your race winner is Twin Turbo V sits. Second place going to go to Gohan. And now we're going to watch between Eris and Nico. Nico has a 5-second penalty. Eris finishes 6.86. And Nico will keep his position. So Nico still stays third place despite the penalty. R15 battling it out with Beige. So we have another battle going on. Look at this one. Side by side, they make their way up the hill for the top 5. R15 carries more speed than Beige, but Beige rebounding. Beige will get the 5th place spot. What a battle to the finish. Those 15 cuts. You still keep your spot. What a battle for 5th place. Amano's going to be in 7th. It's Ford in 8th. That's going to be your race if we get the top 3 to head to the podium that is on the oval turn. Again, your order is going to be Twin Triple V sits, Gohan, Nikolaus, Arisneta, R15 Beige, Atmanos, and Itzford. Speedy Hits R1 and T7 JCar DNS's. So, if I could have you guys head down the hill, please. And Nico's gonna go for a Polish lap. Nico, there's a podium on the bottom of the hill. It's not on the. It's not here. It's on the carousel-like turn. Yeah. So if I get Twin Triple V sits Gohan to head over there, and we'll get the podium photo. And to be honest, you know, as much as people are talking crap about how these cars would drive here, I think that's a pretty solid race. Unsung battle between R15 and Beige, that was just absolutely a banger. And we got about 16 minutes for interviews, so we should be good for most people that stick around. So if you guys could pull it in over here. So Gohan and Nikolaus, Twin at the helm of it. Jake. You win? No. Alright. So we got our podium. If you guys can line up on the pads. I'll adjust your car a little bit. Get the photo. And Nico, if you can line up on the pad. Same with you, Hachi. Alright, let's get this photo. So, 5, 4... Oh, Mr. Monaco. He's about to get the checkered flag to Twin, I think. And he is. We're gonna get the photo in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Alright, thank you guys for that. We're going to now start interviewing you guys. If you want to stick around, I will get everyone. I don't know why Eris is server muted, but we'll get to that. Our race winner here, Twin Triple V sits. A big makeup for yesterday. Do you got a copy here, Twin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright. So a very, very solid way to finish your day. a big battle there for the lead. Any mistake and that could have changed the outcome, but you do come up on top. So, how was the race for you today?
Pretty good, honestly. These cars drive so much better than I was thinking around here, just because this track has a lot of acceleration zones, a lot of medium and high speed corners, and these cars are usually good on like the very tight and twisty tracks. But honestly, this track's pretty solid. It's kind of like one of those forgotten SLC tracks that are actually just really good, but we almost never race here that much. Like a lot, like what I mean is like a lot of races have 2 weekends per season, while this one only has 1. So like it's definitely one of those tracks where you can just forget about it, but whenever you come back, it definitely just provides pretty good entertainment. Or it just drives really well either way. But yeah, this race was pretty solid. Gohan for once definitely giving me a run for my money. I don't think that's happened yet this season, but yeah, he's definitely showing that he's improved quite a bit. But fortunately didn't beat me this race. Yeah, it's definitely still a solid race overall. Just trying to push every lap. Last lap, I figured he was probably pushing really hard as well, so I just tried one-upping that and ended up getting the fastest lap on the final lap as well. So yeah, definitely showing that he has a lot of pace in him, especially with these cars. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next remaining races of the season, seeing how those go down with him. But yeah, congrats to him, congrats to Nico. Nico definitely showed that he's also quick. He almost never races ever in anything, and he's still pretty much up there. So yeah, that's definitely impressive from what he can achieve. And yeah, congrats to him too.
All right, so very awesome performance by Twin Triple V6. We'll be seeing what you can do in the GTI race if we have one. Yeah, we'll see how that one runs. I'm trying to get it as soon as I can. But thank you there, Twin Triple V6. Do you have any closing thoughts, or was that it?
I think honestly, the pop-up headlights made me win.
For real? It's got the spirit of the NA. All right, thank you there, Twin Triple V6, our race winner, the stud. Had to say it every time. Up next, in second place, Hachiroku, otherwise known as Gohan151. Coming up a little bit short today, but still a very good performance. Almost had him at the end. But what went on today? Is he speaking? BR. Okay, he's not here. So, we're gonna talk to Nico odds in that case. We'll get to Hachiroku in a second. So, Nico here with a podium finish, a very strong one, mind you. 10-car field for the entries. Held off Eris, and even despite the time penalty, still holding off third place. So it didn't affect you, didn't stop you. So, what do you have to say overall about today's race? And I guess the track while we're at it. If he's here. You are muted. You got a copy, Nico? I feel schizophrenic, dude. Wake up. Eris.
YOLO.
Oh, okay, R15. Okay. We'll talk to Gohan. Alright,
What was the question?
So came up a little bit short today, but still overall a very strong performance. What happened today?
That was just me not being active at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just joined here because I was bored as fuck and I had nothing else to do. I wasn't expecting to perform that good though, so I might start getting active again. Might as well give it another shot. But yeah, I was pushing way too hard on that fucking bank turn, and then I took that tight, and I had way less momentum than Twin. If I took that a little bit better, I probably would have been side to side still. but I know that's where I lost the race. But that's just that's just me not being experienced really. But I'm gonna start getting active here again. Why not?
All
Try
right.
and give him that run for his money.
Well, that's great to hear. We also got the GTIs coming up soon. We still got your car set
On
up.
the shirt?
Yeah. So.
Okay, bet.
Yeah. All right. Any closing thoughts?
Nah.
All right. Thank you there, Gohan. We're gonna move on to Nikolauts. If he's still awake, Nikolauts, are you awake?
I am. I didn't expect me to get back here in time. I want to go get food.
So, Nikolauts, even despite the penalty, still finishing top 3, so it didn't seem to stop you any. What was going on today as far as things go?
Really nothing. I just joined because I was bored. Didn't really know what to do, so I said, I'm gonna fucking join the race. I did not expect to do this well, or even have a chance at beating Twin and Gohan, but I was doing well until the end, where I feel like the I wouldn't say pressure, but like I was going to start to lose focus a bit, and I was dropping off. I was trying to keep up, but yeah, just like little mistakes that kept putting me back.
It's come up a little bit short here, but still, again, a top 3, something to be pretty proud of yourself for. How was the track today?
It was actually pretty fun, yeah. I did not like the cuts at all, I will admit. He was very strict, but from that, yeah, the track was really fun. I liked the little change that he did at the back end. I didn't know that happened.
I thought the old one was so terrible it had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
GG.
All right. Any closing thoughts, Nika?
Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you, there, Nika. We're gonna talk to 4th place now. So Aris Netta here. A little short of the podium, still a pretty solid performance today. Had a little mistake there towards the end of the race. And you also got your time attack car. Have you done any updates to that too while we're at it?
No,
Okay.
I haven't even touched it.
Alright. Just want to drive it here. That's fair enough. The ARC 01 is, SR2 is one of the cooler cars we've seen around for time attack. But, what went on today?
I mean, first of all, I want to say that jumpstart call was bullshit. Nico was going like 56.
Alright.
Same thing happened yesterday. I didn't overtake 2 cars. Jason made an ass of the start, and you yourself recognized it. But you still called my jump. I never overtook a second car. In fact, on my screen, I was not even beside Bandit, or well, Rebel, whatever the fuck you want to call him. So like, jumpstart call was like kind of dumb both times. I don't know. I can't really say a lot for this race because like I was kind of just like there. I tried to do something, get somewhere, but like I didn't really succeed, I guess. Because like I mean, I would have been closer to Nico by the end because I was doing just fine, but on that downhill I went a bit wide and I got on the grass and that really fucked me up, so I lost like 4 seconds in that. So like yeah, I don't know. I was just like kinda here.
Alright. So a bit of a struggle race. Of course, there's plenty more this week, and the GTIs being one of those. You think things might change around there?
I don't know. I mean, with how the 650S is, I can't really expect it to be any good. Because I feel like I'm gonna run out of tires by lap 4 or 5. So I hope that can make some sense of it. Oh yeah, also, by the way, the results call was wrong. Beige was ahead of R15. You called R15 as being ahead, but I sent you in DMs a screenshot of the stream. Beige was very much ahead of R15.
Shit. You're right.
Also, wait. Never mind. R15 is right. Beige does have a penalty. Never mind. So by position, it was Beige ahead, but 15 cuts.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
So disregard that.
And...
Anyways, R15, here you have a fucking...
Oh, wait, and Gohan also had 15... Wait, no, you didn't. He had one post race. Okay.
What the fuck? Does my microphone pick up my dog going apeshit?
No. Alright. Is there anything else, Aris?
No.
Alright. With that
I'm
being
not
said...
really... What the fuck?
Thank you, Aris. We're gonna move on to now 5th place. So that was our 15 just because of the penalty. I did actually call incorrectly though. Like for some reason I was blind. I saw our 15 as ahead for some reason, but it was anyways. So we'll take that. So our 15 technically scored ahead due to Beige's time penalty. Lost it out technically, but got it back by technicality. So I don't know. We had to say about today's race, R15.
Definitely my better race. I need better pace. Because I'm so fucking slow. It's like 40 seconds, and I'm 4 seconds off pace. So I don't really know. And I don't even know what I'm doing wrong either. So,
Alright. So how was the track today with these cars? I know they're a lot slower than the ROTS mods. Do you think that mattered very much, though?
no, I feel like I felt better, me personally. I feel like you can go way more on the limit with those Miatas. It's just slower.
Alright. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Alright. Well, thank you there, R15. That was a good race, a good battle between you and Beige to the end. Again, as we saw, technically won out technicality. So, that was a race-affecting call. So, Beige, I will say you did actually go ahead of R15 by the finish. I didn't realize, though, that you had 15 cuts. So, I called wrong, but I called right. I don't know if you want to do an interview or not, but you are... He left the game. Okay. Well, thank you, Beige. I can understand that frustration. Sixth place was, I think it was, make sure between Manos. So, sixth place is Beige. Seventh place is Manos. So, Manos a little bit of a struggling race compared to yesterday. A bit more of the usually expected result out of, the first couple of races. And this is more likely what it would be for the first little bit. So, what happened today? There's a point where you lost a lot of time. I didn't quite see what happened there, if you'd like to talk about it. Let's see if he's chatting. Manos, you got a copy. He left. We are without drips, so that is going to be a free interview. So thank you guys for showing up. We're going to set the game up for the GTIs. That is in 1 hour. Again, the GT3 series. Jake, if you can handle the teleports, I'm going to need to go AFK for a little bit, but let me set that up. Thank you guys for watching, but again, tune in just an hour for the GTI series, because we're going to get to that one.